Raiders against Hunslick Parkside. The West Wales Raiders and London Scholars. They've had defeats against Keighley, the London Broncos and Whitehaven. Bradford, as we said, they're on a 9-game winning streak this afternoon. And we'll go through the two sides, starting with Workington Town. Jordan Tansey at fullback, Joe Hambley, Scott Ackhurst, Elliot Miller and John Patrick. The halves will be Jamie Duran and Carl Forber. The front row forwards, Oliver Wilkes, Sean Penkovic, Ryan Bailey, Gordon and Kurt Maudlin and Kane Barnes at loose forward. And on the interchange bench, James Newton. And on the interchange bench, James Newton, Andrew Dawson, Jacob Moore and Joe Ryan. There was a minute silence there. Referee Liam Staveley will get proceedings underway, and it will be Joe Keys to kick off this afternoon. Brandon Pickersgill at fullback for the Bulls, Dalton Grant, Jake Butler-Fleming, Ross Oakes and Ethan Ryan. The halves, Joe Keys and Dane Chisholm. Front row forward, Steve Crossley, Sam Hallis and Callum Bustin. Back row forwards, Matt Garside, Elliot Minchella and George Milton. And on the interchange bench this afternoon for John Keir's side, George Flanagan, Liam Johnson, Ross Peltier and Mike Kiward. Joe Keys' kick-off is going to be fielded over on the far stand side by Joe Hambley, and he's going to be brought down just 10 out from his own try line, and immediately the Workington Town fans who are taunting the Bulls faithful with chants of "you're not streaming anymore." Ryan Bailey on a big charge down the middle, brought down by Bustin and Minchella. 20 out from his own try line. It's going to go from Penkovic, wearing 20 at dummy half. It goes to Kurt Maudling, and Maudling's brought down 10 shy of halfway. 3 tackles gone. Out of dummy half, it's going to go there to Kane Barnes, and Barnes is brought down by Hallis and Bustin. 4th tackle gone. Workington kicking early. It's ricocheted off the back of Jake Butler-Fleming, and it's picked up there by Dalton Grant on his return to action. Rested precautionally last weekend to not aggravate a potential hamstring tear. So Dalton Grant back out there this afternoon, and Dalton Grant 5 tries already in the John Kay era as Bradford move the ball from Milton to Chisholm. Chisholm to Garside, who got the Bulls Live Proper Sports Man of the Match on Easter Monday in Bradford's 34-10 victory. Sam Hallis slips at dummy half and he's brought down 5 inside the Workington Town half, as now Garside doing the hard yards forward, and he's brought down just outside the Workington 20. Last tackle now for the Bulls, centre field, Hallis to Keys. Keys goes long and high, and it's taken there by Tansey, and he's going to be brought down just shy of his own 5. Out of dummy half, it's going to go from Jamie Duran, who we heard pre-match, but Jamie Duran has just come up with an error there. 10 out from his own try line, and a chance now for the Bulls with 60 seconds gone, John, to post first points. Bulls Live Proper Sport. It's Workington 0, Bradford 0, and Keys will have ball in hand.
Yeah, steady start from both sides. Luckily, Bradford got a touch and Dalton recovered the ball. But yeah, first chance here, try and put some points on the board.
Hallis. Loose pass picked up by Pickersgill. Pickersgill deputising for the injured Greg McNally. He'll be out between 2 and 4 weeks. And it's going to go out of dummy half from Hallis to Garside. Garside offloads the ball in the tackle to Chisholm. Chisholm's going to go down the middle with Bustin. and he's going to be brought down just shy of the line. Hallis now to Crossley. Crossley on the main stand side. He's going to straighten up and he's going to head for the line, Steve Crossley, and he's brought down there in a two-man tackle. Steve Crossley's brought down 4 metres away from the line. The Bulls, good attacking depth as they move the ball lateral towards the main stand side here at Derwent Park as Chisholm feeds it to Garside, and Garside is brought down on tackle number 4. Milton, delayed pass there to Bustin. Bustin's brought down on the 5th and last, underneath the sticks, a metre out. Hallison at dummy half, scoops it to Keys. Keys on the power play, looks for options, goes back in centre field to Pickersgill. Pickersgill to Chisholm. Chisholm peppers one behind the Workington Town defensive line, but it's taken over on the far stand side by Joe Hambley. Joe Hambley, who scored Workington Town's try in that 14-12 defeat on Good Friday, is brought down just shy of his own 20, and that has got the Workington Town faithful a little bit excited below our commentary position here at Derwent Park. So 3 minutes gone on the clock. Bradford 2 sets of 6. They've completed both at 100%. And despite having a full set 10 out from the Workington Town line, Workington defence on point. Workington up to halfway in centre field. The ball's squeezed out of the tackle. It's picked up by Tansey. Tansey gives it to Duran. Duran back to Tansey, and Tansey's going to take the Workington Town advance just inside the Bradford half. Milton and Butler Fleming in defence at the markers there as it now goes from Forber. Forber is going to give it there to Gordon Maudlin, and Maudlin once again wrapped up there by Hallis and Milton in a two-man tackle. Last tackle, Jamie Duran, 30 out from the Bradford line, puts Dalton Grant under a lot of pressure, but that's a great take there by Dalton Grant, and Bradford have the ball back 15 out from their own try line, and they're now going to do the hard yards forward as it goes from Hallis to Pickersgill on tackle number 2. Pickersgill turned in the tackle. Hallis comes on this right-hand edge with Butler Fleming, and the 26-year-old former Penrith Panthers man is wrapped up 10 shy of halfway. It's going to go to Elliot Minchella, 9 tries in 2018. He's brought down on the halfway line. 2 tackles remaining for the Bulls in this set of 6. Hallis out of dummy half. Down the middle once again with Bustin, and Bustin turned there and rolled. That allowed Workington to get an extra second and set their defensive stall. 4th tackle gone. Hallis to Crossley. Crossley direct down the middle, down that left-hand edge, and it will be the 5th and last tackle. Bradford 30 away from the Workington Town line. It's going to go along the line to Chisholm. Chisholm, high-hanging kick. Ethan Ryan chasing it. The ball's been air shot, and it's going to be palm dead there by Carl Forber, because Ross Oakes and Ethan Ryan and also Matt Garside looking to put Tansey, Hambley and Forber under pressure, and it's a goal line dropout for the Bulls. 5 minutes on the clock. Workington 0, Bradford 0. A positive start, John Keys.
Yeah, very good into that set. I thought on the previous set off the back of the scrum actually that the Bradford execution was poor. Some of the passes went a bit astray, and also we're playing on a very narrow pitch today. But hopefully now we've got another set coming here. But yeah, pressure seems to be building.
Just waiting for play to resume here. As we said, Bradford on a 9-game winning streak. Workington Town 5th in the table. Bradford top, 2 points clear after York defeated Doncaster's unbeaten start to the season at the Keepmoat in round 4. So, Forber's dropout is taken in by Butler Fleming. 20 out from the Workington Town line. Quick play the ball, it goes to Hallis. It's flicked on by Minchella to Grant. Grant back to Hallis. Hallis now gives the ball to Butler Fleming. And Bradford showing a bit of an adventurous streak early doors. Milton fronts up, down the middle, brought down in a 2-man tackle. Barely wearing 14, all over the top. It goes now out to Keys. Keys to Chisholm, along the line to Oakes. Oakes is going to be brought down 5 shy of the Workington Town line. Referee Liam Staveley, though, puts whistle to lips. First error of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. The pass has been adjudged to have gone forward. And we've immediately seen, John, Bradford having some good field position, some good pressure, some good early pressure, it must be said, just not capitalising on it. And as it goes without saying, when you come up here to Derwent Park or the Rec or Craven Park down at Barrow, chances are going to be few and far between. And the Bulls, thus far, despite early dominance and pressure, they've not posted any points on the board. Working to just moving the ball out from their own 10-metre line.
Yeah, just some poor execution. We're trying these no-look passes and stuff. We don't need to do that at the moment. We're not even 10 minutes into the game here. Just need to keep going through the processes, as we say every week, and just build the pressure. We've had plenty of pressure, but even though we haven't looked like scoring yet, have we?
Kane Barnes is going to catch the Bulls defence offside inside the 10, and the penalty awarded on the halfway line. It's the first penalty of the afternoon, and this is going to see Jamie Duran fine touch deep inside the Bradford Bulls half, and they're going to have a full set of 6, 25 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. It is Bulls Live, proper sport. Mick Leddell, John Keys. It is Town 0, Bulls 0. Ryan Bailey has lost the ball in the tackle, but the referee is going to say Milton and Crossley, the guilty duo in the tackle, and he's going to say it has been stolen. And an early decision for Workington Town head coach Leon Price. Will the kicking tee come on, because it's awarded 20 out from the post? They're not going to go for 2. They're going to run it, and they're going to hunt potentially 4 and 6. It's tapped by Forber, given to Oliver Wilkes, the former Wakefield and Widnes man, brought down 10 shy of the Bradford line. Here it goes, Penkovic to Bailey. Bailey on the run around to Duran. Duran's going to give it there to Kurt Maudlin, and Maudlin's brought down 5 out from the Bradford line. Penkovic in at dummy half to Duran. Duran along the line to Forber. Forber can't get past Crossley. Crossley grapples with him, although the ball's been lost in the tackle, and they have it Workington on the Bradford 20 with Duran. Duran's going to give it to Miller. Elliot Miller's going to front up, and he's brought down 5 out from the Bulls line. 8 minutes gone. Workington's first real spell of pressure on the Bulls defensive line. Penkovic gives the ball some zip in centre field to Duran. Duran to Forber. Forber out wide. Jake Butler-Fleming stands tall in defence. Tries to drag the Workington Town centre. Scott Ashurst into touch, but he's brought down a metre shy. Tansey in at dummy half. Gives it to Forber. Forber's going to give it to Barnes. Barnes brought down on the last tackle by Minchella and Hallis. The 5 metres out. They're going on the power play. And it's Penkovic who was looking to touch down in the corner, but Joe Keys will save the day. The pressure will continue. The pass was knocked on by Keys. If Keys takes that, he's going 90 metres and goodbye underneath the sticks, John. A fine game of margins, rugby league, but the pressure continues for Workington Town. 9 gone, a repeat set, 10 out from the Bulls line.
Yeah, both teams seem to be struggling to execute, don't they, in good ball at the moment. As you said, I think Workington were lucky there, because I think if Keys had caught the ball, it'd have gone at the length of the field. Not sure about the first penalty for the strip on Bailey, but it is what it is. But interesting now, Bradford needs to hold out here.
Penkovic from the base of the scrum to Forber. Forber along the line to Miller. Miller brought down on tackle number 1. Chisholm racing out of that defensive line with Matt Garside. Here goes Bailey. Ryan Bailey versus Steve Crossley. It's the beast against the Hulk. And this time the Hulk wins as Crossley pushes Bailey back in the field of play. Penkovic, bullet pass to Barnes. It was very flat, and it was borderline. The officials say play on, and Barnes is brought down underneath the stakes as Workington, they forced the pass, and it is an error there from Scott Ashurst. He's come up with an error, 5 shy of the Bulls line, and Bradford have respite. And they will have a scrum 10 out from their own try line. Exactly 10 minutes gone. Workington 0, Bradford 0. And it's got to be said, John Keys, we knew it was going to be tough this afternoon. And thus far, our prediction is coming true. The Bulls finding it difficult against a very infused and energetic Workington Town defence.
Again, Workington had the numbers there. Bradford were looking to defend that. But as we said, I hope they did hold out. But for me, both teams really seem to be struggling, as I said, in good ball. So it'll be interesting to see now what happens in the next 10 minutes. But there's no score yet after 11 minutes. The way the game's gone, I thought there might have been a try by now.
Hallis will play the ball on the Bradford 25. Chisholm at dummy half. Gives it to Dalton Grant. And Dalton Grant's brought down 15 shy of halfway. Hallis out of dummy half. He slipped once again on the turf. As we said, it's dusty on the edges but heavy in the middle. Perhaps Sam Hallis has to put a little bit more length on his studs. Over halfway, the Bulls will go with former Hulkiston Rovers loose forward. Milton, it is the last tackle. It's the power play. Here goes Joe Keys down the middle. Joe Keys looking to offload the ball, but somebody's been taken out. late in the tackle, and Bradford are going to have a penalty here. 30 out from the Workington Town line, and John Keir has got the kicking tee coming out. He wants to take the 2 points. And I'm just looking at Joe Keys' body language there, John. He wanted to continue, but John Keir says 2 points. He knows that keeping it simple and effective, and also showing Workington Town a bit of respect here, is probably the way that the Bulls will get the win. But, oh boy, it has been tough and brutal out there. 14 minutes gone on the clock, and a chance for Joe Keys, the kicking king, to get the Bulls up and running here this afternoon on Bulls Live and Proper Sport.
Yeah, interesting there as well that the guy kept flying out the line and Joe tried to go on his own, just couldn't get the ball away. But as we said pre-match, John takes these points, and let's hope that Joe can get this over. But this is a tough contest this afternoon, narrow pitch, and I think this could go all the way.
Joe Keys kicking at 86%, currently the Betfred League One leading point scorer with 48 points. Joe Keys then, centre of the field, 30 metres out from the Workington Town posts, and that is a beauty, straight between the uprights, over the black dot, and it is Workington Town 0, Bradford Bulls 2, 14 minutes gone. Joe Keys 1 from 1 this afternoon, and he will push up his kicking accuracy percentage, and the Bulls, it could be a crucial 2 points, John, come the 80th minute. A lot of the supporters below our gantry not happy with the decision to go for 2, but John Keir knows this division. He knows these type of games are going to go down to the wire.
Interesting as well on the pitch there, Sam Alice has twice tried to jump from dummy half and slipped over, so he must be quite wet in the middle, and of course these days most players wear blades, which aren't appropriate for these sort of surfaces, but be interesting to see how that goes for both teams. I'd like to see both teams spread the ball a bit more, if I'm honest. There's a big battle up the middle, Crossley and Bailey having to dig at each other, but let's see what happens when we start shifting the ball a bit.
Hallis out of dummy half to Dalton Grant, the former Dewsbury Rams flyer, is brought down 15 shy of halfway. Hallis out of dummy half to Crossley. Crossley meets Oliver Wilkes and Kane Barnes in a 2-man tackle, 5 shy of halfway, centre of the field. Hallis to Chisholm on that left-hand edge. Chisholm brought down, ball and all tackle. Over the top though from Gordon Maudlin, and referee Liam Staveley will even the penalty count up at 2 penalties apiece. This one awarded on the halfway line, and this time John Keir will say place kick in front of the main stand. Give yourselves good field position, and Joe Keys will advance the Bulls 30 metres forward, and Bradford are going to have a full set. 20 out from the Workington line. It's tapped by Oakes. Quick play there to Chisholm. Chisholm to Milton. Milton brought down in a 3-man tackle, led there by Jamie Duran, leading that Workington Town defensive charge. Bradford playing towards the open end here at Derwent Park in the first half. As it ball finds Minchella. Minchella, a pass off the floor to Crossley. Crossley's lost the ball in a big collision there with Ryan Bailey, and that is Bradford's second error of the afternoon. And with 15 and a half minutes gone, it is still tight as a drum here. A great advertisement for the Betfred League One. Both sides going at it, hammer and tong down the middle, and it is Workington Town 0, Bradford 2.
Just think there, we had a penalty and then we're trying to overplay, and we don't need to do that. Just gone through it, we've just gone 2 points in front there, and then we try and offload, and to me I just don't think we need to do it. We just need to keep going through the sets.
Penkovic out of dummy half on tackle number 4, brought down 5 inside the Bradford half. George Milton marshalling that Bulls defence as it goes to Duran. Duran puts the kick in, it's come off the chest of Hallis. Hallis will drop on the ball, and Hale protects that like finding a £20 note in the Broadway Centre in Bradford, and Hallis will now go into his dummy half position as Jake Butler-Fleming is brought down on tackle number 2, just a metre inside the Workington Town half. Hallis to Bustin. Bustin, as we said, a season-long loan from Castleford. Loan spells at Oxford, Newcastle and London Scholars in 2017. He knows this division better than anyone. Crossley with a pass to Chisholm. Chisholm wrapped up. 30 out, centre of the field. 2 tackles remaining for the Bulls. Hallis Keys along the line, lateral to Minchella. Minchella goes behind Jake Butler-Fleming. Play on is the call from referee Liam Staveley. And Bradford have penetrated the Workington Town 20. It's the fifth and last tackle. Haller centre field to Keys. Crossfield kick from Keys, but it's taken superbly there in the sunshine from Joe Hambley. And Workington Town live to fight another day. Great defence, great structure Leon Price has on this side. Bradford having to work overtime to unlock this Workington Town defence. And I think the pitch, John, you mentioned about expansive play. I don't think the Bulls can because of the dimensions. It's 90 by 60. It's really tight. It's really compact. And that's making everybody go down the middle.
Yeah, another penalty given away now. It is. But I think what we're trying to do is the lads playing in the middle are coming away from the middle with the ball and therefore making the pitch even narrower. But just seemed to be a strange few decisions. The kick from Keys just now far too shallow. It's got to go higher and longer to make those, so the lads can get to challenge for the ball. But Bradford giving away some soft penalties in field position at the moment.
Bradford guilty of being not square at the play of the ball. Ross Peltier warming up with George Flanagan over on the far stand side in front of the main stand. Penalty count, Workington 3, Bradford 2, and now Workington will have a full set inside the Bradford half. Here goes Bailey. Bailey offloads the ball out of the tackle to Duran, and Duran's going to be brought down by Bustin and Minchella, and also Milton for good measure. It's a very slow, haphazard play of the ball, but Tansey goes in at dummy half, and Tansey to his former teammate at Leeds, Bailey, and Bailey's going to be wrapped up 10 shy of the Bradford line. 18 minutes gone here. There's a beautiful inside pass there from Forber. Is going to see Oliver Wilkes brought down a metre shy of the line, but the referee is going to give Workington Town a fourth penalty inside the opening 20 minutes for being not square once again, and John Keir will not be happy with Bradford's ill-discipline early doors. Just looking at John Keir in the main stand, not happy there, talking to both Lee Beattie and Mark Dunning and getting the message out on the field, and it will present Workington Town an opportunity to get their first points of the afternoon. It's looking like it's going to be a tight one, John.
Indeed it is, but back-to-back piggyback penalties here. Now we're going to give 2 points away. It's just senseless for me. I think what we really need to do is let the half start controlling the game. It's all right going up, we're constantly going up the middle, but I don't think the boys have really got involved in the game yet.
Concrete's messaged on the app, pacing up and down here like an expectant father. Come on, you Bulls. Also, Philip Simpson, come on Bulls, get down the other end and score. Tilly Bunton listening, so too Barbie Gled, Valerie Turner, Shane Moore, Peter and Richard Johnson as Jordan Tansey 10 metres out in front of the Bulls post, gets Workington Town up and running, and the scoreboard here at Derwent Park with a small band of Bradford supporters at the eastern end of the ground reads Workington Town 2, Bradford Bulls 2, 20 minutes gone. Joe Keys with Bradford's penalty goal, Jordan Tansey with that for Workington Town, and I think out of both coaches it'll be Leon Price who'll have the biggest smile after 20 minutes here in this Betfred League One encounter at Derwent Park. The restart, shallow from Keys. Workington, tackle number 1, already on their own 20 as they look to move it out of dummy half fire. Elliot Miller, the right centre this afternoon for Leon Price's side, and he's brought down there by Garside and Milton. Workington look to give the ball some air. They're over on this main stand side now where we're calling the action from, and that is going to be Kane Barnes. Barnes gets to his feet, plays the ball. Penkovic will attack Minchella and Butler Fleming straight out of dummy half, and he's brought down a metre inside the Bulls half. Jamie Durant to Tansey, Tansey to Barnes. Barnes brought down there by Hallas. And Milton in a two-man tackle. Workington 40 out from the Bradford line. Centre of the field. Penkovic to Duran. Duran's going to put Pickersgill under pressure. Pickersgill calls for it. Dalton Grant got in the way. It's a horror show for the Bulls. And the quickest to react will be Kane Barnes. And Kane Barnes will open the scoring for Workington Town. 21 minutes gone on the clock. Bulls Live. Proper sport. Town 6, Bulls 2. The shock is on.
Well, just total confusion there. I don't know what was going on there with the call, but to me that's a fullback's ball all the time when he's running forward towards it. Do you know what? Bradford stood still, didn't they? Fair play, Workington picked up the ball and finished off. But as I said, Mick, pre-match, this is going to be a tough afternoon, you know, and I think Bulls are finding it a bit tough to get some rhythm at the moment. We're halfway through the first half, but there's a long way to go yet.
Well, as we said there, Pickersgill called for it, and just as the ball was coming down, Dalton Grant just stepped in front. He obviously didn't hear the call from Brandon Pickersgill, and the ball bounced off Dalton Grant's arm. It was on the floor, and the quickest to react was the loose forward for Workington Town, Kane Barnes, and he's touched down 10 metres to the left-hand side of the uprights. And Jordan Tansey now a chance to put Workington Town out to a 6-point lead. Just looking at the body language of the Bulls players, Dane Chisholm has everyone there just talking, trying to G everybody back up, and Dalton Grant looks a little bit consoling himself. Looks like he wants the ground to open up and eat him out, and it is going to be Tansey. Adds on the extra 2. Workington Town 8, Bradford Bulls 2. And John, Dalton Grant, as we just said there, the easiest way after a mistake of that magnitude is to go up the other end and score.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the previous kick-off from Joe Keys after putting it too shallow. Got to put some more depth on this and get some field position.
Well, it's got to be said, already Ryan Bailey and Oliver Wilkes laying the attacking platform this afternoon for Workington Town, as Workington an 8-2 lead here. 16 minutes to go to half-time. On the restart, they're over on this near stand side. Scott Ashurst brought down. 5 shy of halfway. Penkovic in at dummy half to Duran. Duran along the line to Forber. Forber, body checked by Chisholm. Brought down by Garside. And they're on tackle number 4, Workington Town, as Penkovic once again attacking the Bulls markers. Brought down by Crossley and Garside. Last tackle for Workington Town. They're 5 metres inside the Bradford half. Jamie Duran kicks out a dummy half. The bounce of the ball is kind for Brandon Pickersgill, but no sooner has Brandon Pickersgill protected the ball and put it in the bread basket, is immediately swarmed upon by 3 blue and red Workington Town defensive shirts. Ross Peltier's just come on the field. Ethan Ryan lifted and dumped on his back. 20 shy of halfway. Here goes Ross Peltier with his first carry in centre field. 3 Workington Town defenders. Listen to the noise. It's cranking up here at Derwent Park. Keys is going to kick early in the count, looking for the 40-20, looking to split Tansey and the winger on this main stand side, John Patrick. But Patrick gets to the ball and he's going to be brought down 5 inside his own 20. Centre of the field, Minchella and Crossley in at dummy half there for the Bulls. Bit of a hostile atmosphere here. The Workington Town faithful certainly enjoying this one. They lead 8-2. Down the middle they're going to go with Andrew Dawson. So both Kia and Price ringing the changes. And we've got 15 minutes to go to half-time, and Workington looking to give the ball some expansive. Out on this main stand side, it goes out there to John Patrick. Patrick versus Jay Butler Fleming. He's offloaded the ball backwards. Grant comes in over the top. They still keep the ball alive, and it's going to be Gordon Maudlin who's brought down. 25 out from the Bradford Bulls try line. Maudlin gets to his feet, plays the ball. Penkovic off the field for James Newton, and James Newton is going to immediately give the ball to Joe Ryan. Another interchange for Workington Town. Last tackle, centre of the field. Duran straight down the throat of Pickersgill, but Brandon Pickersgill, what a leap of faith that was. That will help diffuse some of the pressure that Workington were putting the Bulls under, as Ross Oakes will take the pass out of dummy half from Chisholm, and he's brought down on tackle 2, 15 out from his own line. Chisholm, quick play of the ball, it goes to Garside on that left-hand edge. Garside brought down, 25 out from his line, and it's the 3rd error of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. A bit of unsportsmanship there from the Workington Town players, getting right up in Matt Garside's face. The touch should just come in on to calm things down, but it will be scrum, head and feet to Workington Town, with the scoreboard saying Town 8, Bulls 2. The Bulls looking rattled, John, it must be said.
just getting dragged into it, aren't they, instead of keeping their heads. I thought that was a strip actually in the tackle. Interesting, they keep coming a lot down the short side, down Bradford's right hand side, but to be fair, Jake Butler Fleming's defending quite well at the moment. But we just want to keep playing rugby. We're getting drawn into some rubbish here and we don't need to.
Duran along the line to Ashurst. Ashurst is brought down. 30 out from the Bradford line. In at dummy half, it's going to go there to Dawson. And Dawson will give the ball to Ryan. And Joe Ryan will be brought down there by Mikey Wood and Sam Hallis. Mikey Wood just coming on the field. Flat pass out of dummy half from Ryan. Ryan gives it to Dawson. Dawson's brought down, 15 out by Peltier and Wood. Workington Town via Carl Thorber are going to be brought down too shy of the line on the right-hand edge. Matt Garside tries saving tackle. It comes back in centre field to Tansey. Tansey with a flat forward pass to Andrew Dawson. The pressure is off for John Keir's side. Workington Town 8, Bradford Bulls 2. 13 minutes to go to half-time. Bulls live. Proper sport here at Derwent Park, and it might not be a vintage performance from the Bradford Bulls, but oh boy, from a neutral perspective, it's certainly exciting. George Flanagan about to enter the arena. He'll bring a lot of experience to the ruck, and hopefully his direct running will potentially be the catapult, the springboard for John Keir's side to make some metres forward, because it's got to be said, John, they're in their arm wrestle at the minute against Oliver Wilkes and Ryan Bailey.
Said it before the start, it's going to be a tough afternoon, and do you know what, they've got to wise up a bit here. One thing that John's done is given them a lot of mental toughness, and this is when we need to call on it now and show what we're made of.
Tackle number 1 from the scrum. Elliot Minchella held and stopped from getting a quick play of the ball. Bradford's third penalty of the afternoon. 7 thus far from Bradford referee Liam Staveley. 4-3 against the Bulls the count. Keys has found touch on the halfway line. Butler Fleming taps it, shows and goes himself, makes 10 metres forward, brought down tackle number 1. 40 away from the Workington Town line. Flanagan in there at dummy half, goes down the middle there with Hallis, and Hallis is going to make 15 metres forward. 25 out from the Workington line. Flanagan appealing for a penalty. It's going to go to Peltier. Peltier to Chisholm. Chisholm to Oakes. Oakes on that left-hand edge, twisting and turning. He's brought down there by Jamie Duran and Carl Forber in a two-man tackle. Bradford inside the Workington 20. Chisholm to Keys. Keys tries to go through a hole, a gap, half an inch, but he's brought down there by Jacob Moore. 4th tackle gone. It goes from Flanagan to Minchella. Minchella's going to be brought down 5 shy of the Workington line. On the last tackle, Flanagan with an audacious dummy from dummy half. Tries to squeeze over on the power play. He claims he's got the ball down. Referee Liam Staveley says he's held up. And now George Flanagan has questioned the decision, and he's going to be marched back 10 metres for dissent. It's going from bad to worst for the Bradford Bulls. The composure, John, it's oozing away.
Just poor, and also that we need to spread the ball there. We've got 2 of the best halfbacks in this league, and we're trying to dive over from 5 yards. That doesn't make sense to me. And the worst thing is then opening your mouth and giving away 10 metres. But George has just come on. Let's see what happens. You know, I still think we're in with a shout there.
Workington Town lead the Bradford Bulls 8 points to 2. Exactly 10 minutes remaining in the first half here at Derwent Park. Bulls live, proper sport. James Newton in at dummy half. He's going to find Joe Ryan, and Joe Ryan is brought down by Flanagan and Hallis in a 2-man tackle. Here goes Newton. He's going to attack Flanagan and Peltier, also Mikey Wood. It's a 3-man Bradford tackle, and he's brought down his Newton. 25 out from the Bradford line, centre of the field. As they give the ball some air, Jamie Duran puts one behind the Bradford Bulls defensive line. It's been knocked on by Workington Town. Pickersgill comes up with the second error. Scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. 9 minutes to go to half-time. Workington 8, Bradford Bulls 2. Bradford open the scoring inside 10 minutes. Joe Keys from 30 metres out. But since that moment, it has all been Workington Town, with Bradford coming up with a few scrappy errors, a bit of a disjointed performance, and as John Keys called it, Workington sucking Bradford into the dogfight, the arm wrestle down the middle. Keys from the base of the scrum to Grant. Grant on his return to action missed the Easter Monday victory over Hunsley. Takes Bradford up to their own 20. Flanagan in at dummy half to Peltier. Peltier is going to be brought down 25 shy of halfway, just to the left of centre of the field. It goes now from Flanagan. Flanagan attacking the Workington Town markers. Takes Bradford 10 shy of halfway on the Bradford 40. Hallis scoops it up, gives it along the line there to Garside. Garside wrapped up shy of halfway. Flanagan back down the middle. They're going to go with Hallis. Hallis along the line to Wood. Wood striding forward. Big strong lad brought down in a three-man tackle. 5 metres now inside the Workington half. It will be the last tackle. The Bulls have exhausted this set of 6. They're going to go back on the halfway line to Chisholm. Chisholm's gone straight down the throat of Tansey. And Jordan Tansey, the pantomime villain for the Bulls, historically, is brought down just outside his own 20. In at dummy half will go Forber. Forber will give it there to Joe Ryan. And Joe Ryan stepping up to the plate, brought down by Keys. And Flanagan in a 2-man tackle. 8.5 minutes remaining here, says the Derwent Park scoreboard. They're on the halfway line as Newton gives it to Ryan. Ryan to Forber. Forber sucks in Garside, but he can't get past Peltier, and Chisholm comes in as the 3rd man. Workington, 8 metres inside the Bulls half. Once again, they're going down the middle, and it's Andrew Dawson this time. Legs driving like piston engines, and it is the last tackle, 20 metres out from the line, as it goes to Jamie Duran. Jamie Duran putting Ethan Ryan under pressure, but super hero quality. Ethan Ryan leaps the highest, and he will avert the danger from the Bulls. But once again, Workington Town on the last tackle. They've pinned the Bulls inside their own 10 again, and that will be pleasing. Workington Town head coach Leon Price, as Mikey Wood moves the ball up to his own 20.
Say there, that's a great end to a set by Workington, but we're kicking the ball 30 yards away and just Tansy's having a free catch. You've got to put people under pressure, and we need to get back to that mindset. We seem to have lost what we've done for the last few weeks.
Dalton Grant on tackle number 4. Flanagan out of dummy half, looks for a 40-20, but Tansey skirts and averts the danger, and he's going to make 20 metres forward before he's met there by Liam Johnson, who's just come on the field, and Jake Butler-Fleming on his own 40-metre line. Out of dummy half, it's going to go from Ashurst. Ashurst is going to give it there to Patrick, and John Patrick's going to be brought down on the halfway line on tackle number 2. Attacking the markers is James Newton. Peltier bringing down Newton on the Workington 30. And Workington are going to give the ball some movement as they move it lateral along the Bulls' defensive line. And they're going to front up now, once again, with a big man, Andrew Dawson. Dawson's brought down, 20 out from the Bradford line. Workington with a tackle remaining as it goes out to Forber. Forber, a no-look pass. Workington are going to score a second. No, they're not. Dane Chisholm, a try-saving tackle, and Dane Chisholm is going to go for 10 minutes in the sin bin. He saved the try. It's a professional foul. Dane Chisholm with 6 minutes remaining in the first half will see Bradford down to 12 men.
Well, it was a great tackle. I don't know why he's done that, but also that's the first bit of tough play there's been, and the referee sent someone to the bin. So we've got 46 minutes left to go yet. I'll be interested to see what happens for the next 46 minutes. As I said, it's a fantastic tackle, but just needed to stand up. That's all he needed to do.
Steve Crossley off the field. He's captaining the side this afternoon in the absence of Lee Smith, who has a back problem, and Sam Hallis, the vice captain, talking to referee Liam Staveley. I've got to be brutally honest, John, that was a professional foul for me, and Bradford, I think Dane Chisholm had to go for 10.
Yeah, like I said, it was a great tackle, but I don't know why he hung on. The tackle was completed, everybody was back. But look, it's happened now. It's going to be tough now, isn't it, for the next 6 minutes. We're going to go, 8 points behind after this kick. But the mindset's got to change. We're not ending the sets well, are we? You know, the first few weeks of the season, ball was going up, pressure, tackle, 5 metres from the opposition's line, and then we started from there. What we're doing today is just trying to do stuff that we don't normally do, and I don't understand why.
John Kay will be praying for half-time to come sooner rather than later. 5 minutes remaining in the first half here. Bradford will be down to 12 men for the next 10 minutes. Dane Chisholm, a professional foul after bringing down Gordon Maudlin, 5 out from the Bradford line. Jordan Tansey then to add on the extra 2. He makes no mistake. The flags go up and it's Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 2. And I'm just looking at some of the Bradford Bulls body language there, John. They do seriously look rattled.
Yeah, but they need some leadership here, don't they? You know, Steve's off the pitch at the moment and he's always a talisman for me. But now it'll be interesting how they step up now for the next 10 minutes running with 12 players. This kick-off's going to be the start of it. Let's see what happens in this set.
Workington Town leading the penalty count 7-3 in this first half. Deep restart from Joe Keys. Straight down the front of Andrew Dawson. Dawson's wrestling with Johnson. And Johnson is going to bring him down, standing tall in the tackle just outside his own 10. But once again, Workington Town moving the ball with real zip and purpose. Out of dummy half, it's going to go from Newton. Newton to Duran. Duran brought down there by Flanagan and Hallis, the Hookers Union, uniting in a two-man tackle. 8 shy of halfway as it goes to the first try scorer for Workington Town, Kane Barnes. Barnes is brought down just shy of halfway. It's going to go from Newton to Duran. Duran through a half gap. Peltier and Wood close the door, but Workington Town on the last tackle with some momentum here at the closing minutes of the first half. A 30 out from the Bradford line, and Carl Forber, with all that experience, has found a gap, but the ball bounces kindly. Hallis has it on the 10, and Hallis will take it up to the Bradford 20. It's Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 2. 3 minutes to go to half-time, and oh boy, does John Keir need it. He'll be far from pleased with what's transpired in this first half. Flanagan to Butler Fleming. Butler Fleming's brought down 10 shy of the halfway line. It's going to go now to Flanagan. Flanagan down the middle, direct with Peltier. Peltier attracting 3 would-be defenders. Bradford, good field position, centre of the field, flat pass, out of dummy half, picked up by referee Liam Stavely, but he's going to give a penalty because the touch judge on this near stand side has said Workington Town were offside, so they encroached on the 10 before the forward pass, and now someone from the Workington Town camp has given dissent, so he's marched Workington 10 metres back further, and with 2 minutes to go to half-time, I think the kicking tee is going to come in, John, and I think this is going to be testament to some of the efforts from the Bradford Bulls in this first half. They've been under the cosh for what has been nearly 30 minutes. They're down to 12 men with Dane Chisholm in the bin, and potentially they could be going in at half-time only trailing by 6 points, and that will allow John Keir to get into the player's mindset.
Yeah, well, we need Keys to get this ball over the bar here, don't we? But for me, we just don't seem to be doing the right things. And also, on another point in the game, the officials, they need to tidy up round the ruck. Not one player in this game has played the ball yet with the foot. Not one of them. They're standing up and just rolling it back. We need to clamp down on that in the sport. It's taking away what is a skill, but also the speed of the ruck is dictated by that. It's ridiculous.
Joe Keys, 30 metres out, straight as a die, between the posts, over the black dot, and on Bulls Live Proper Sport, with 2 minutes to go to half-time. It is Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 4.
But just another thing as well, that there seems to be a tendency when the kicks are going through that no one's claiming responsibility for it. Bradford are standing, watching the ball, and again it nearly happened there in the last set they had. And fortunately the ball came back to Sam when he made 10 metres. But we've got to be vocal and lead the team around the field.
Joe Keys 2 from 2 attempts. Bradford trailing by 6, but John Keir, I think, just wants to get everybody in at the sheds at half-time and just try and work out a way, because the current game plan not working. The restart from Tansey, taken by Ryan in his own in goal. He gives it along the line to Wood, and Mikey Wood, one of the Huddersfield Giants loanees, he's brought down on tackle number 1 just shy of his own 20. Here goes Ross Peltier. Ross Peltier is going to win a penalty. He's been caught high, and the referee quick to react, and the penalty count has gone from being 7-3 against the Bulls to 7-5. We've had 12 first half penalties, a high penalty count from Bradford referee Liam Stavely. And Bradford, they can smell blood with 90 seconds remaining to go to half time. Keys has found touch, 25 out away from the Workington Town line. and it will be Ross Oakes who's going to tap it. It goes from Oakes to Flanagan, Flanagan to Hallis. Hallis brought down, 20 out, just to the left of centre of the field. Flanagan. Bradford have upped the intensity. They've refound the rhythm as Wood crashes onto a short ball and he's brought down 5 out from the Workington line. It goes to Minchella. Minchella to Peltier. Ross Peltier has got a try for the Bulls. Workington Town shocked just before the half-time hooter, and it is the second try of the season for Ross Peltier, and that has got the travelling hordes of Bull supporters jumping for joy on the terraces. The 12 men of Bradford hit back at a crucial period in this game. 10 points to 8 the trail. Game on.
Great, Ross made a great charge of 15-20 metres, won a penalty, we kicked it up, ended up on the other side of the field with a score. But for me, there's been no silly offloads by Bradford in the last 5 minutes, because we don't need to do it, we just need to keep playing football properly. Interesting now, this is a big point that John's on about, is making your goal kicks count. So if we get this and go in at 10 all with 12 men, we'll be doing well.
The beast of Bradford, is he the catalyst to get the Bulls back up and running? The 100% record unbeaten start was looking a little bit shaky 5 minutes ago, but Joe Keys, a chance to send the Bulls in level at half time. 30 seconds remaining in this first half. 15 metres out, 15 to the right hand side of the uprights. It's just going to squeeze in that left hand upright, and it is Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 10. We're all locked up, and the half-time hooter has just sounded. What a fantastic advert for Betfred League One. This one potentially going all the distance.
Said it before the game, it's going to be a tough afternoon. I think
Well, welcome back to Bulls Live and Proper Sport. Jordan Tanzi will get the second half underway, and it is caught there by Ethan Ryan in his own in-goal area, and immediately the Bulls will carry the ball back up to their own 10-metre line via Callum Busting. Busting gets to his feet, plays the ball. It's going to be Flanagan to Peltier. Peltier has lost the ball, but the referee's going to say 2 in the tackle. And no sooner have we caught our breaths at the start of the second half, the fun is up and running, and Bradford now awarded their 6th penalty of the match. They've won the last 3, and that's been the catalyst. It is 10 points apiece. We'll get the thoughts of John Keys after this attacking set from the Bulls, but Ross Peltier's try, 60 seconds from half-time, has given the Bulls parity at 10 points apiece. Bradford with Mikey Wood, 10 inside the Workington half. Hallis to Keys. Keys brought down in a 2-man tackle as he went on the attacking raid in front of the main stand side, and he's going to be brought down 10 in from the far stand as it now goes down the middle once again with Ross Peltier. Peltier, huge impact, the talisman in the absence of Steve Crossley, who's still on the interchange bench. It goes from Peltier to Flanagan, Flanagan Keys, Keys to the black scrum-capped Liam Johnson, and Liam Johnson is brought down on the 5th and last tackle, 12 metres out from that Workington Town line. Flanagan kicked through for Dalton Grant. It has just been grounded by John Patrick, and it is a second goal line dropout of the afternoon that the Bulls have forced Leon Price's side to concede a repeat set of 6. That's got the Bulls fans banging the drum. It's 10 points apiece, John. You said before we went back on air after hearing the interview from Kirsty Maroney and Lewis Fussell ahead of the double header next weekend that the Bulls need a score first.
Yeah, my heart was in my mouth a bit actually when Ross, I thought Ross had knocked on in the first set there, but he hadn't. And but also from the drop out there, Keys has let the ball bounce. We just need to get some composure back. Done well to force a goal line drop out there off the first set that we had, but now we need to just get some more field position and start playing a bit.
13 penalties gone already. Bradford 10 inside the Workington half. Flanagan to Peltier, and that's tackle number 3 for the Bulls. And Ross Peltier wants to get a quick play the ball in. Here goes Flanagan attacking the markers, puts the fend on both Dawson and Newton, and he's finally brought down on that right-hand edge on tackle number 4. 10 out from the Workington line. Hallis out of dummy half, sharp, crisp, direct, and that'll be the last tackle for the Bulls. 5 shy of the line, centre of the field. Mikey Wood tries to crash over, but Workington Town's defence on point. Kurt and Gordon maudling, the Maudlin brothers there, also aided by Jordan Tanzi, bringing down Mikey Wood 2 metres shy of the line, and the chance has gone begging. 10 points apiece. We're all locked up. We've had 3 minutes gone of this second half, 37 minutes remaining in this one at Derwent Park, and as we said, we reckon this one is going to go down to the wire. Make sure your pacemakers are adjusted, strap yourself in. It's going to be another thriller from the Betfred League One as Workington struggling to get a bit of momentum. Remember, Bradford still down to 12 men. Chisholm in the sin bin for a professional foul, bringing down Gordon Maudling as he was looking to reach out and get Workington's second try. And speaking of the devil, Dane Chisholm about to come on the far stand side in front of the vociferous Workington Town support. Last tackle for Workington, they're up to halfway. The kick's going to come in from Jamie Duran, straight down the throat of Ethan Ryan, and as Jane Chisholm has a leisurely stroll back onto the Derwent Park playing surface, Ross Oakes will head away out of dummy half, and he's brought down 30 out from his own line. 20 shy of halfway. Pickersgill in at dummy half to Minchella. 9 tries already under John Keir and the former Leeds Rhino and Sheffield Eagle. Bradford born. Second row forward is brought down just shy of halfway. Keys sucks in that defence. Gives it now to Hallis. Hallis gets the legs motoring. Turned over on his back on tackle number 4. 5 metres inside the Workington Town half. It's going to go from Flanagan to Keys. Keys' kick early in the count has ricocheted off a Workington Town leg, and it is picked up by James Newton, and Workington now will come advancing forward at the Bulls, and the Town faithful getting on the back of young referee Liam Staveley. As we said already, 13 penalties in this match, and Workington just doing the hard yards forward. Out of dummy half from Patrick to Miller to Barnes, and Barnes has dropped the ball under pressure from George Flanagan. And John, I might not be a fan of what George Flanagan's just done there, getting in the face of Kane Barnes, but it certainly got Workington Town frustrated. They've come up with their second error at the start of this second half. 35 minutes remain, 10 points apiece.
Yeah, it all came off the back of a poor kick, didn't it, from Joe Keys? Field position's really important here on a small and narrow pitch, so we've got to make those kicks count. I'm not a big fan of it either, but it seemed to rattle a few people. But now we just need to start playing a bit. I think now Dane's back on the field.
Dane tried to show and go. Chisholm moves the ball towards our commentary stand side. It's going to go out of dummy half from Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes is giving the ball to Mikey Wood, and Mikey Wood, fearless in carrying the ball into a high tackle there from the interchange forward, Andrew Dawson, and the penalty count is locked up at 7 penalties apiece. Bradford have had the last 4 on the bounce, and Keys is going to kick into touch on this main stand side, and Ethan Ryan will tap it to Oakes. 25 out. Oakes along the line to Hallis, missing out Minchella and Flanagan now comes in as that second marker attacker, and he will be there at dummy half to pass the ball to Chisholm. Chisholm goes one way, comes back the other via Peltier, and Peltier's turned and rolled over just shy of the Workington 10. Flanagan to Keys to Pickersgill. Pickersgill's over the line, but he has promoted the ball forward after the tackle. The try will not stand. Referee Liam Staveley gives Workington their 8th penalty of the afternoon, and Brandon Pickersgill has been adjudged a double movement. John Keys, 10 points apiece, and that penalty now will see Workington Town have the ball on the halfway line.
Well, I thought it was a try, but then originally, but he went down to ground. But why he's done double movement, I don't know. It was a real good set from Bradford, that were moving the ball around, but now we've given away 40 metres.
Brandon Pickersgill, as we said, turned 21 in the week leading up to the Good Friday showdown with Scott Naylor's Oldham, perhaps getting a little bit too eager there and promoting the ball forward. Looked a fair call from where I'm calling the game from, and now Workington Town find themselves inside the Bradford 20. It is going to be Scott Ashurst, and Ashurst is going to be brought down by Mikey Wood and George Flanagan. Fourth tackle gone, it goes to Forber. Forber through a gap. Forber brought down by Peltier, and he's passed the ball off the floor. The referee said the tackle was complete, and Workington Town are a metre shy of the line. The referee has lost the tackle count. He's now saying it's the last tackle. He's give Workington an extra tackle, and now he's going to give Bradford the penalty. Well, pandemonium here at Derwent Park. He's going to say the kick on the extra tackle, and Workington Town inside the 10. Penalty count now at 8 apiece. Well, referee Thierry Alliobert famously lost the count, John, and thankfully that didn't result in a Workington Town try, because if that had happened, John Keir would have been spinning feathers.
Well, I think the tackle was completed already, to be honest, and then the referee just seems to have made up his own mind there what's going on. Crossley's back on now, our talisman. Skipper, let's see what we can make of this now with Steve. But I'm keen to see Bradford keep playing like they did in the first couple of minutes of this half. I think that's what's going to produce the goods for us today.
Steve Crossley back out there for an impact, but Liam Price is working to Townside, showing a lot of restraint and resilience. 31 minutes remaining here, 10 points apiece. Just tries from Peltier and Barnes. It's a tight one at Derwent Park. Liam Johnson has ball in hand on tackle number 4 for Bradford. 20 out from the Workington line. Quick play the ball. Flanagan to Keys. Keys is going to kick for himself. He's probing. And it's going to be another repeat set. That's forced because Joe Hambley is tackled dead in goal. And it will be a repeat set. The third one of the afternoon. And that is the Bulls putting the squeeze on Workington as Ross Peltier just takes his seat on the Bulls substitutes bench. And he gets a pat on the back from assistant coach Mark Dunning. John?
Much better of an attack than, isn't it? We've pinned them in the, a real good kick. Looks like we're going to get another set here, but we've got to keep the momentum going. Make the most of this possession and just keep forcing all the time. Bulls
Live, proper sport. Mick Leddle, John Keys going out across Mixlr. Tune in, and also proper sport Facebook Live as audio only. Tansey's restart gets up to the halfway line, taken by Pickersgill. Pickersgill turns, promotes the ball to Crossley, and Bradford-born Crossley is brought down in a heap under pressure from both Newton and Dawson. Crossley gets to his feet, plays the ball. Flanagan to Minchella, tackle number 2. Bradford already 20 out from the Workington line. Chisholm to Wood. Mikey Wood brought down, 12 shy of that Workington line. Centre field, goes to Keys. They're moving the ball over on the fast-hand side. It goes to Pickersgill. Pickersgill bouncing around like a bumper car at a fun fair, and he's turned over on his back, 10 shy of the line. It goes to Hallis. Hallis with a little dummy, trying to go and reach out. It can't get there, Hallis. Last tackle. Flanagan on the power play. The ball squeezed out. Workington now will have it up to the 10. And referee Liam Staveley has one arm in the air saying first knock on, it's head and feet to Workington. So he's saying double knock on there. First one from George Flanagan. And John, once again, the Bulls, there's a lot of structure to their attack, but when it comes to that last tackle, that last play, everything just going askew. It remains Town 10, Bulls 10, 29 remaining.
To me, that ball there's got to go to one of the halfbacks, hasn't it? We've tried it once already, barging over. And to be fair, Workington has defended very well so far. We seem to be, making strides forward here, but got to keep the momentum up. And that, to me, then, is a poor outcome.
Well, a lot of history at Workington Town. Won the Challenge Cup and the Premiership way back in 1951. And Derwent Park, their home ground since 1957, is proving formidable opposition for the John Keir side this afternoon. 27 minutes remaining. Bradford Bulls locked in an arm wrestle with Workington Town at 10 points apiece. Workington up to their own 40. The kick's going to come in from Jamie Duran. The ball's going to stand up kindly for Dalton Grant, and Dalton Grant is going to advance up to his own 25. So, as we've already seen, Leon Price getting the message on, and Workington Town just changing their tactics on the fly there. That one was unannounced, and Brandon Pickersgill is brought down on the second tackle. Here goes Ethan Ryan with a shoulder, and Ethan Ryan will feel that one. Chisholm takes the game by the scruff of the neck, advances forward, offloads the ball there to Minchella. Minchella penetrates the Workington 20. Flanagan in at dummy half, and George Flanagan comes up with a howler. Joe Keys was calling for that in centre field. Workington was stretched, and it will be head and feed to Workington Town, just shy of their own 20-metre line, and all that pressure and all the good work from Chisholm, Pickersgill and Minchella has been let off. 27 minutes remaining, and the clock will be stopped because there's an injury to Workington second row forward Gordon Maudlin.
Great break from Elliot Minchella there. There was nothing on. He spotted a gap and made 10 yards. And unfortunately then George has knocked on. Yeah, I think we'd have been on there, wouldn't we? The left-hand side looked very loose there from Workington, but unfortunately now it's a scrum to Workington and we've got to rebuild again.
It's got to be said, John, Workington, they've had the extra couple of days off. Bradford were in that tough fatigue attritional game on Easter Monday. Is this where it's going to come in? The Bulls potentially running out of steam as the fitness and energy levels zap and hit zero?
I don't know. There's quite a few full-time players at Bradford, and for me, I just think they just need to focus on what they've been doing in the first 12 minutes of this half, and I think the game will come right.
Brian Bailey gets back on the field for his first spell of this second half. Workington, 5 shy of halfway as Forber finds Maudlin, and Maudlin is brought down by Minchella, and there's a bit of blood coming there from Mikey Wood's forehead, is it? There's been a bit of a collision. Referee stops the clock, and Mikey Wood just holding the left temple, and he's had a head collision there with Gordon Maudlin just inside the Workington half, and the clock will be stopped with 26 minutes remaining. So if you're just joining us, it's Bulls Live, proper sport, and it's Workington Town 10, Bradford 10. Keys open the scoring after a 10th minute penalty. It was pretty much all Workington Town from there on. A penalty from Tansey, a try from Kane Barnes after a horrendous mix-up at the back between Brandon Pickersgill and Dalton Grant. Saw him score the easiest try of his career. Another penalty from Tansey when Dane Chisholm was sent to the bin for a professional foul. But then we saw the Bradford fight back. The catalyst of that was Ross Peltier. A penalty from Keys, and then that try from Ross Peltier just before half-time, locking this one up at 10 points apiece. Time back on. Mikey Wood has had the claret right from his forehead, and Workington are on the last tackle, 40 metres away from the Bradford line. It goes back towards the halfway line. Jamie Duran has got a bit of backspin on it. Everyone's going to let this one bounce, and it's landed in the arms of George Flanagan. Here goes George Flanagan. He's up to the halfway line. He's still going forward, George Flanagan. He's brought down 10 inside the Workington half. Johnson, quick hands to Pickersgill. Pickersgill still going. Pickersgill inside the Town 20. And that's a try-saving tackle there from Kane Barnes. Pickersgill to Chisholm. Chisholm now to Minchella. Minchella striding forward, and Workington scrambling back, and they will set their defensive stall up on their own try line. Minchella plays the ball, 10 out. It's going to go from Flanagan to Crossley. Crossley like the express train. The bullet is brought down. 5 out from the line. It's going to go back to Flanagan. Flanagan to Chisholm. Chisholm juggles with the ball. Can Chisholm reach out and score? Last tackle for the Bulls. Chisholm goes agonisingly close. It goes to Flanagan. Keys along the line to Butler Fleming. Jake Butler Fleming. JBF has 4 points for the Bulls. It's 14 points to 10. 25 minutes remaining. It was a try on the power play, and Jake Butler Fleming will score a more important try in Bulls colours all season. That has given the Bulls the lead.
Two halves involved there in good ball. Day nearly scored, and I called it, but get the ball out to Keys. To be honest, he didn't really put Butler Fleming through a hole, and he made great work there himself, Jake, to get the ball down. Again, another important kick coming now to get a full score in front, but just much better from Bradford and a bit of go forward. Interestingly enough, Steve Crossley jumping into dummy half and spinning a pass out. I wonder how many that time has happened since he's played this game.
Jake Butler Fleming on an initial month loan from the Toronto Wolfpack, and that has got Terry Gilchrist and Dave Thomas Vickers and also Karen Lightowler excited. Joe Keys, pressure kick. The clock has been stopped. 24 minutes remaining here at Derwent Park. This one tight as your mate in the pub who never buys the rounding. Keys, 15 metres out from the Workington post. 15 metres to the right, strikes it with the right boot. That one sails between the posts. Keys, the kicking king, has brought his radar this afternoon. He goes out to 4 from 4, and Bradford have a second try, and they've broken the second half deadlock. Bulls Live, proper sport. Mick Gledell, also known as the game caller, and John the Chief Keys. It's Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 10, and Smithy the Bull says, come on Bradford, and so does Ridge Welter. And Keith Harrell and Mick Dobson say they're listening to the game in the Black Bull Beer Garden in Clayton. I don't know what the weather's like in Clayton, but the sun is shining here at Derwent Park as Bradford on the restart with George Flanagan using all his experience, 31 years of age. He's took Bradford on the restart just outside the 20, but George Flanagan, he's come up with an error. And just when you think the pendulum is swinging from Workington to Bradford, back it comes to Workington. And Leon Price's side now will have a chance, an opportunity to get back in touch of the Bulls. 25 out from the Bradford line. Bradford coming up with their 8th error of the match, John.
We just seem to be trying too hard. All we've got to do then is get to the end of the set, haven't we? I thought it was a penalty, to be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Interference at the play the ball, just lying on. But you know what? The referee's called it, and as you said earlier on, Nick, he's calling what he sees. Unfortunately, the pitch isn't suiting us at the moment, but John's message has got to be, get to the kick. That's all we've got to do it.
Workington Town down the middle with Oliver Wilkes. So you've got Wilkes, Penkovic and Bailey back on for the final 22 minutes. And Penkovic's pass is juggled off the floor over on the far stand side with Joe Keys and Jake Butler Fleming hunting. Here goes Ryan Bailey. Ryan Bailey leading with the shoulder there on Flanagan. It's a quick play, the ball from Penkovic. Penkovic brought down by Johnson on the last tackle. Workington 2 metres shy of that Bradford Bulls try line. It goes back to Jamie Duran. Duran, crossfield kick. Ethan Ryan under pressure, but Ethan Ryan takes it. And Ethan Ryan under immense pressure there from Joe Hambley, and Scott Ashurst takes the ball, and Bradford live to fight another day. Town 10, Bull 16, 21 minutes remaining now.
Disappointed that from the referee after giving a knock on there. Ryan is touched in the air, which is an instant penalty. And to me, that's the inconsistency we suffer in this league.
Bradford just outside their own 20. Flanagan to Chisholm. Chisholm to Oakes. Oakes sucks in that marker defence and going to lay the ball on a plate there to Minchella. Minchella's striding forward and he's brought down 15 shy of halfway. So a good defensive step there from Workington Town. Flanagan to Chisholm. Chisholm kicks from inside his own 40. It's going to bounce on the 10 into the Workington Town in goal area. It will go, and Tansey is going to give it to Patrick. Patrick brought down there by Wood and Oakes just outside his own 10. So a good kick there from Dane Chisholm, kicking in space as Forber moves in at dummy half, and Forber is going to give it to second row forward Kurt Maudling. Here come Workington Town, quick play the ball down the middle. Jordan Tansey remonstrating with the referee, is in front of play in an offside position. Forber to Duran, Duran to Barnes. Barnes tipped and turned in the tackle by Johnson. and Workington on tackle number 4, just inside the Bradford half. Here goes Oliver Wilkes. A lot of experience from the former Barrow man, and the former Barrow man has come up with an error, and that is Mikey Wood with the bone cruncher, and that is Workington Town's 9th error, and a crucial error. 10 inside the Bulls half with exactly 20 minutes remaining. We've just hit the hour mark. Bulls Live, proper sport. It's Gleddell and Keys, and it's the Town and the Bulls, with the Bulls leading 10-16.
Yeah, another error, but for me, we've come out, Workington are coming out of defence. The guys are playing the ball, not even standing up. So we've got to get a grip of that. The rule says you've got to stand up to play the ball, so why can we not just blow that? Some great stuff for me, Elliot Minchella today. Workhorse, outstanding again today.
Jake Butler-Fleming up to halfway. Chisholm along the line to Minchella. Minchella tries to skip his way past Kurt Maudling, but he can't get past Oliver Wilkes. Wilkes wraps him up just inside the Workington half. It's going to go to Dalden Grant now, and Dalden Grant, like a ragdoll, is brought down. 10 in front of the main stand on the Workington 40. Here goes Crossley. A short pass from Milton at dummy half. This is perhaps where the fresh legs of Crossley, Hallis and Milton will tell. Rested on the Easter Monday tie. Here goes Joe Keys trying to go through a gap. Last tackle, Bradford, 15 out from the Workington line. Dane Chisholm, crossfield kick, looking for Ethan Ryan, but it's taken there from the clouds by Joe Hambley. But Hambley's immediately wrapped up there by Oakes and Garside in a 2-man tackle. Flat looking pass from Forber to Tanzi. Second tackle gone on this Workington Town attacking set, and they're still inside their own 10. And now John Patrick is wrapped up on the third by Crossley and Garside. They're still inside their own 20 as it goes from Forber to Wilkes. Wilkes turned in the tackle, and on tackle number 4, they're just outside their own 20 on the smallest field in League One. Forber gives the ball there. There's a half break here as it goes to Gordon Maudlin, and Maudlin, in the blink of an eye on the last tackle, has taken Workington Town just inside the Bulls half. But Mikey Wood and George Milton there in a 2-man tackle. The referee is going to stop the clock because Gordon Maudlin has a little bit of cramp there and is in a little bit of pain, and he's still Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 16, enthralling Betfred League One Rugby League. It's another thriller on Bulls Live and proper sport.
Yeah, I think he's seriously injured here, this fella. Yeah, the physio just noticed there that he's got to go off. For me, much better into the set for Bradford, but if I was John now, I'd be getting a message on here to get a 1-pointer over the bar. We've had plenty of field position. Interestingly, Keys and Chisholm seem to be taking a bit more control of the game at the moment. But again, we can't rest on our laurels here. Workington is still coming at Bradford and coming at us pretty quickly and well. So I think a 1-pointer wouldn't go on this. This is sad now. This lad's had a good game here, and I think this is quite a serious injury. The doctor's coming onto the field.
Philip Simpson can't switch off. My ears are glued. Smudge says, listening in South Cerney, all the way down south. Tim Ward, listening to the game as I'm working out in the gym. Have to remember to stop shouting because no one else can hear it. Well, everybody having fun, enjoying the broadcast this afternoon. Bulls Live and proper sport, and there is a concerning looking injury to Workington Town. Interchange forward, Gordon Maudlin. The latest scores in Betfred League One: Coventry Bears 6, Whitehaven 28. It is Doncaster 22. They've hit back against the North Wales Crusaders 14. Keighley 74, Hemel Hempstead 4, Newcastle 10, York City 20, Oldham 16, Hunslet 6, and it's of course Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 16, and Gordon Maudlin receiving a hero's applause as the Workington Town medical staff, also the Bradford Bulls medical staff out there just helping him from the field of play, and referee Liam Staveley just making sure that Workington Town are going to play the ball on his whistle. 5 inside the Bradford half. So the clock has been stopped. There's 19 minutes remaining. Bradford suffered defeat on their last visit here at the end of the 2016 season when Rowan Smith gave debuts to Liam Kirk and Josh Rickett, Workington Town that afternoon, beating the Bulls by 30 points to 26. Are the Bulls about to break the Derwent Park hoodoo? It goes back on the last play. Duran straight down the throat of Pickersgill, and Pickersgill has stepped up well and showcasing to John Keir his utility value. Played in the academy at fullback, so certainly it's a position not alien to him. Ethan Ryan brought down on tackle number 2. There's an entanglement of legs and bodies as he gets to his feet. Here goes Garside. Garside with a forward pass to Oakes. And the referee, Liam Staveley, he will cheer the Workington Town faithful up. And Dane Chisholm is just looking towards the referee, shakes his head. The referee is the sole arbiter. His decision is final. John Keys, you're blowing up. You don't agree with the decision. It's still Town 10, Bulls 16, 18 minutes to go. Workington will have the scrum 40 away from the Bulls line.
Rightly or wrongly, the referee's 5 yards in front of the play and the touch judge is 3 yards away and he can't see it. So I don't know how he calls that, but again, the touch judges for me in the game don't do enough. They should be communicating all day long, but if he's 3 metres away, he must be able to see what's going on.
Workington Town down the middle. The direct route. Andrew Dawson to his feet. Penkiewicz to Forber. Forber to Wilkes. Wilkes is going to be brought down just inside the Bradford 20. Mikey Wood and Steve Crossley in a 2-man tackle there. Penkiewicz fires it along the line to Duran. Duran to Tanzi. Tanzi kicking to the corner. And the ball is just going to beat John Patrick. If John Patrick takes that in the breadbasket, he touches down in the corner. The danger signs back for the Bulls. They'll have the scrum. 10 out from their own line. 17 minutes remain. 16-10. A narrow lead for the Bulls, John. Can they hold on?
You'd like to think so. I mean, this set here, we've just got to get in and get a kick away. But as I said before, I think we need to be getting a 1-pointer on the board here and get 2 scores in front. But we've got 90 metres to go at the moment, so the chances of that on this set are pretty limited. But to be honest, we're defending pretty well. I think the game's still pretty even, but Bradford should really come home in this.
Margaret Simpson says, come on the Bulls. She's on the TuneIn app and she's listening in sunny Blackpool this afternoon. Here at Derwent Park, Bradford moving the ball from the scrum. They're up to their own 20, deep inside their own half. Here goes Crossley, attacking Penkiewicz. Penkiewicz goes for the right leg, turns him in the tackle, and he's on his back. Crossley straightens himself back up, and it's going to be Milton down the middle with Bustin, and Bustin's brought down 5 shy of halfway on the 3rd. Milton to Keys, Keys to Johnson, and Johnson in a 3-man tackle is brought down just inside the Workington half on the last. Back it goes to Joe Keys. Keys kicks straight there into space, and Joe Hambley slips, and he turns around, gets his bearings, and he meets Callum Bustin and Steve Crossley in a ferocious 2-man Bradford tackle. No announcement of the crowd this afternoon. The main stand looking fairly populated, but where you'd normally see 600 or 700 Bulls fans, quite evident a few have decided to stay at home this afternoon. Penkiewicz out of dummy half to Bailey. Bailey's brought down, 5 inside the Bradford half and wins a penalty. Ryan Bailey gets to his feet and slams the ball down in protest at that Bradford defence that was holding him down in the tackle. Liam Johnson is penalised. A crucial penalty. It's 9-8 now, and this one's awarded 40 away from the Bulls line. So we've gone nearly 10 minutes without any penalties, and then one comes, and once again it's another momentum, pendulum swinging moment. Can Workington capitalise on some Bulls ill-discipline? Dawson brought down on tackle number 1. Penkiewicz to Forber. Forber, oh, that is high from Chisholm. Dane Chisholm is in a lot of trouble here. He's gone straight down to the floor. I think it was more of a grab than direct contact. But Dane Chisholm is going to be in a lot of hot water here with referee Liam Staveley. The touch judges come on the field. Jamie Duran, Paul Axe there. off the ball, and the referee is going to get an opinion. The Workington Town supporters, they're chanting off. This could be a huge turning point in the game. It will be a red card. He's gone to the back pocket. It's yellow. The Workington Town supporters, they besiege that decision. Dane Chisholm has been sin-binned in both halves. John Keys.
Well, interesting, the touch judge saw that from 20 metres away, but couldn't see a forward pass from 3 metres away. It wasn't a nasty forearm tackle. He grabbed his collar as he went past him, and it looks horrendous when you're running at pace. But you know what? If he bins him, he bins him. There's not a lot you can do. But this is the time now for me when we really find out what Bradford Bulls are about.
Well, there's a little bit of silly shenanigans over on the main stand side. One of the Workington Town interchange forwards has thrown some water at Dane Chisholm, and Dane Chisholm has retaliated, and now the RFL fourth official is getting involved and is trying to calm the situation down. Dane Chisholm takes his place next to Mark Dunning and John Keir. And I've got to say, John, I did say before he went to the back pocket that it wasn't malicious, it wasn't direct contact, it was more of an open arm, a grab tackle, but the referee and touch judge have decided that it will warrant a professional foul, and Bradford down to 12 men at a crucial period in this match. 13 minutes remain. They lead by 6. Workington Town 10. Bradford Bulls 16. Penkiewicz will tap the ball 20 out, and immediately he gives the ball to Bailey. Bailey grapples with busting Milton and Crossley. Crossley brings him down. Workington 15 shy of the Bulls line as it goes to Wilkes from Penkiewicz. So first Bailey and now Wilkes. They're laying the foundations and the attacking platform. Penkiewicz tries to go over from dummy half. Matt Garside and Steve Crossley in a 2-man tackle. Forber to Dawson. Dawson held up by Minchella. They'll go back to the 10. 2 tackles remain. 12 minutes remaining here. Intoxicating rugby league football from Betfred League One. Forber kicks. Forber kicks. It's palm-bed by Pickersgill. Workington have their first goal line dropout of the afternoon. And it is still Bradford with a narrow 6-point lead. 16-10. Workington go again.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused there. One of the Workington boys was facing the stand and played the ball, and that's the frustrating thing here, is inconsistency. But well done there, Brandon Pickersgill. It was a great kick through there from Workington. Going to be a tough 13 minutes this.
Jockeys on the dropout. It goes along the floor. And Forber comes up with an error. His right arm just brushing the ball. A little bit more evident than the famous ghost knock-on call against Mick Withers in the 99 grand final. But you get the picture, and it will be a scrum, head and feet to Bradford, and the pendulum swing, and the momentum turns again. This time, it's in the 12 men of the Bradford Bulls. John Keys.
Well, I don't know why he never just let the ball drop at his feet, to be honest. Lucky for Bradford, it wasn't a great dropout, was it? But we got a result from it. But again, the next 5 tackles, crucial. Keep the ball and just get to a kick.
As we said, a roller coaster. Strap yourselves in. This is the big one. From the scrum then, Johnson up to halfway. Milton assuming that dummy half roll with both Hallis and Flanagan off the field. Finds Crossley. Crossley up to the Workington Town 30. Rolled over in the tackle over his head. Quick play the ball. Here goes Milton now. Grappling with Penkiewicz just inside the Workington 20. Pickersgill in at dummy half. Goes back to Keys. He was shaping up for the drop goal. Keys now on the fly is going to be caught down. 12 out on the last. They were looking for the 1 point there, the Bulls. It goes back in centre field to Pickersgill. Grubber kick through, but a great defensive read from Kurt Marauding. And Kate Maudling, sorry. takes the ball and takes the tackle from Callum Busting. So you get the thinking and the mindset of John Keir. The message had come on to go for the one. 11 minutes remain. Workington Town 10, Bradford Bulls 16. Enthralling rugby league football from the bottom tier of the rugby league pyramid. Workington juggling with the ball as Duran gives it there to Dawson. Dawson, quick play the ball. It's going to go from Duran to Tansey. And the Tansey's lost the ball. Chance has gone begging. And it was Jake Butler-Fleming and Joe Keys. Two-man tackle, dislodging the ball. And Bradford live to fight another day yet again. Deja vu, but Bradford will have the scrum 15 shy of halfway.
I just think they set up slightly wrong there for the drop goal. I think we should have been coming to the left-hand side of the field. They obviously know the ball's going to Joe because Dane's not on the field at the moment. So we've got the right message out, we're just in the wrong position, but then we nearly scored off the back of it anyway. Great defence there from Keys and Butler-Fleming. But you know what, there's still 11 minutes to go in this game. We need another score here.
Damian Ward says, close game, can't wait for the final. Hooter. Val Turner says, come on the lads. Sue Cater listening on the way to Faro Airport. And Shane Moore says, what has got into Chisholm today? I think, if anything, for Dane Chisholm, the first one, the professional foul for holding in the tackle on Gordon Maudling, saved the Bulls a try. We'll ask John Keir at full time. Head over to Bradford Bulls Facebook Live for all the post-match reaction. Bradford, though, having a real examination of their unbeaten start to the season. From that scrum, two tackles later, Garside plays the ball just inside the Workington half. It's going to go from Pickersgill to Minchella. Minchella's wrapped up on the third tackle, 10 inside. It goes to Crossley. Crossley attacking those Workington Town markers that potentially might have distrayed and encroached inside the 10. And that is the third tackle gone as it goes now to Busting. Busting, 20 out from the Workington Town posts. Joe Keys is in position. Is this the moment that Joe Keys slots a crucial one-pointer? A la Mick Withers! It's gone wide! It's wide of the posts! Workington 10, Bradford 16. The scoreboard remains with 9 minutes remaining. Bulls Live, proper sport.
Yeah, snatched at it. It was too far out anyway, I think. But now we've got a 7 tackle set to defend here. For me, a grubber in the corner. That's what we've got to do and hunt a mistake.
John, we talk about telepathic rugby league between Keys and Grant. Is it like a father-son connection? Can Joe telepathically read your mindset? You're telling him, sending subliminal messages out, get the 1 point.
I'd like to think so. We used to do it a long time ago when I coached him, but we just need to get another score here, don't we, whichever way it comes. But for me, we've got to turn the ball over there. Look at this now.
Workington Town up to halfway. And it is Andrew Dawson who attacks the markers. And the Bulls' defence not square. 10-8, the penalty count now against the Bulls. And Workington, a full set of 6 inside the Bradford 20. It's going to be tapped by Penkovic. Penkovic there to Maudlin. That's the older brother. Kurt turned in the tackle. Gets up 10 shy of the line, plays the ball across the face of the post to go. But Jamie Duran has lost the ball. And referee Liam Staveley in green this afternoon says double knock on from Johnson. But first by Duran, an 11th error of the afternoon from Leon Price's side. And Leon Price, wearing the suit in the main stand, stands up and he's now asking the fourth official what was wrong with that. It will be a scrum to the Bulls. 8 minutes remain. Bradford just need to close out the game, John. But oh boy, what a thorough examination Workington Town have posed of them this afternoon. They will know they have been in an almighty battle.
Yeah, Bradford need a score and I need a brandy, Mick, the way this is going at the moment. But again, I just think we need to turn the ball over in different places. The drop goal was great, but not from 40 metres out. But defending well there, forcing another knock on. Steve
Crossley brought down 25 out from his own line, 15 in from our gantry stand side. Milton to Pickersgill. Pickersgill along the line to Busting. Busting versus Penkovic. A loud slap and Callum Busting is on his feet playing the ball. The Bulls have momentum. It goes from Milton to Minchella. Minchella's going to be brought down 5 shy of the halfway line. Milton scoops it out to Busting. busting for about a kick then. In the end, he tucks the ball in his left arm, protects it, and he heads straight for Bailey and Oliver Wilkes. Last tackle. Bradford 5 inside the Workington Town half. Here goes Joe Keys. Keys kicking between Tansey and Hambley, and it's Tansey who takes the ball after leaving the call from Hambley, and Tansey is brought down by Johnson and Hallis, who's just come on the field for the remaining 6 minutes. It's going down to the wire. Town 10, Bull 16. Workington have the ball deep inside their own 10. Solid defence from the Bulls. They've got the second wind.
There's no way there was the guy on side on the last tackle there from Bradford. Ended up with a good kick from Keys, and yeah, good defence.
Forber with the break. Carl Forber down the middle, but Pickersgill attracts his man. Tansey in at dummy half to Duran. Jamie Duran out towards Maudling. Maudling twisting and turning in the tackle. Loses the ball backwards, and Jamie Duran will shore up the ball for Workington Town, but they've lost 20 metres there, Workington, and they'll now play the ball 10 shy of the halfway line on their own 40. Last tackle for Workington. Carl Forber towards Pickersgill. Pickersgill lets it ricochet off his right boot before picking it up. And Dane Chisholm is looking like he's going to get the 10-minute call. And Dane Chisholm will be looking to get out there on the field. 5 minutes remain. On comes Ross Peltier for Callum Bustin. Hallis to Grant. Down the middle. The Bulls looking to take their 9-game winning streak to double figures. To a fantastic, fabulous 10. Hallis to Peltier. Peltier's lost the ball. It's picked up by Forber. Forber on the free play is then smothered by Garside and Hallis. Workington on halfway. 4 minutes remain. They've got a full set of 6. Penkiewicz to Wilkes. Wilkes brought down there by Johnson and Minchella. 45 out from the Bradford line. Here goes Jamie Duran. Jamie Duran with a half break. As Tansey was on the inside, but Tansey overran the support play. Duran wrestling there with Peltier. Minchella. Quick play the ball. Penkiewicz. He's lost the ball in the tackle. It's gone backwards off a Bradford arm. The pressure intensifies. It's another set of 6 for Workington. 3.5 minutes remaining here at Derwent Park. It goes to Duran. Duran to Forber. Forber to Tansey. Ross Oakes has hold of Tansey, but Tansey has offloaded the ball. Workington are going in. They're going to get the try. It's Elliot Miller. We could be locked up. Sensational scenes at Derwent Park. Workington Town 14, Bradford Bulls 16, Elliot Miller with a try. Over to you, Jordan Tansey.
Well, just a big gap opened up, but Paul, we knocked the ball back there. Obviously we're a man down anyway, but the carry here, how did we end up losing the ball there? There was even confusion where the ball was going to, but this is going to tie it all up now with 4 minutes to go. I've been calling it for 20 minutes. As soon as we scored that try, we should have got another goal.
Welcome to Betfred League One. Rugby League of the unpredictable. Leon Price and John Keir both sat in the dugout looking unmoved as Jordan Tansey will attempt this conversion attempt. 4 from 4 attempts. This a crucial 2 points. Keys and Tansey both yet to miss this afternoon, but this one is 10 metres to the right hand side of the uprights. And let's not forget that Workington Town, with 3 minutes remaining, will have the ball back. I wonder if John Keir would take a point. 4 games in a fortnight. This the concluding part of what must be a physically and mentally demanding set of fixtures. Tansey looking at the ball, looking at the posts, drawing that imaginary line. The Workington Town supporters are going to go absolutely balmy as that one sails between the posts. We're locked up once again. 3 minutes to go. Welcome to Planet Field Goal. It's Town 16, Bulls 16.
I'm a bit speechless, Mick, at the moment, to be honest. I don't think the Bulls have made the most of their opportunities and some soft turnovers of possession. The 2 yellow cards haven't helped, have they? So it'll be interesting to see what happens next now in this game.
Joe Keys restart taken by Cal Forber. Cal Forber gives it to Joe Hambley, and Hambley is brought down. This is the danger zone. This is where the pressure all counts. Oliver Wilkes attacks Elliot Minchella and George Milton. 2 tackles gone. Bradford need to keep their discipline and their composure. Out of dummy half, James Newton. Workington Town via Penkovic. The referee is going to say it is a forward pass here. He's going to say scrum, head and feed to Workington Town. Workington are going to get the ball. He's going to say that the Bradford man promoted the ball into the Workington Town player's body. 90 seconds. Carl Forber and Workington Town on the cusp of a famous victory against the Bradford Bulls. Penkovic to Jamie Duran. Duran skips past Dalton Grant. Butler Fleming brings him down. 30 out from the Bradford line. Left of centre field. Here goes Ryan Bailey. Straightening play up. The Bulls look like they're out on the feed. It's going to go from Penkovic to Oliver Wilkes. Wilkes brought down by Hallis and Peltier. 2 tackles remaining. Tanzi in front of the post, so to Jamie Duran. He goes to Tanzi. Tanzi from in front. Has it gone in? Ross Peltier says no. It looked like it went wide, but the referee has given it. Surely that went wide. Workington Town are going to steal it at the death. 17 points to 16. I was looking at the players' reaction. Ross Peltier and Sam Hallis, they were waving it away. It looked like it just went wide past that right hand up line. Planet Funk chased the sun, blasting out over the PA tannoy here. And Bulls Live, proper sport. The Bulls now chasing the game. A minute remaining. Keys has to go for a shallow restart. The ball's gone 10. Chisholm palms it back. Who's quickest to react? It's Sean Penkovic. Penkovic just beat Pickersgill to the ball. And the Bulls now are looking like suffering their first defeat of the 2018 season. And the unbeaten streak is looking like being ended here at the home of Workington Town in Derwent Park on a famous Sunday afternoon for head coach Leon Price, who's now animated and standing in the dugout. Workington 2 metres inside the Bulls half. Duran is brought down there by Minchella and Peltier. Bradford need the ball. We're in the final 30 seconds of this match. The cramp now kicking into the Workington Town players. Penkovic though is kicked straight down the throat of Dalton Grant. Dalton Grant, one last chance for the Bulls. It goes to Chisholm. Chisholm along the line, puts the fending, gives it to Ethan Ryan. Bulls are running out of tarmac, they're running out of field, and there goes the hooter. Bradford's unbeaten start to life in League One has ended at Derwent Park. A famous victory for Workington Town. And it has finished Workington 17, Bradford 16. John Keys, a lot of emotion in this famous ground. Bradford's unbeaten start to the season ends.
Yeah, well, I called it after the try. We should have gone for a few one-pointers, but I don't think the drop goal went over, if I'm honest, and we're not going to see that from the camera, are we, because of the position, but didn't make the most of our opportunities, did we? 2 yellow cards. You're playing for 12 minutes or 20 minutes. That's what sums up the game for me today, I'm afraid.
Is it fair to say, John, at times, dumb football has cost